we have an added conditioning section and on how to incorporate the positions with these types of activities. So we talked a little bit about choose a number of these exercises. So I give you plenty of options. You can even just choose 2 and go back and forth. Okay. Choose from the options that I give you. Make up your own. I highly encourage you to do that. And then also choose a timed interval. So if you want to do 30 seconds rest, 30 seconds work, switch off, go through an order of exercises, repeat, do 20 seconds work, 40 seconds rest, or flip that, 40 seconds work, 20 seconds rest. That's up to you. Okay? This segment's not about like conditioning intervals. It's just options for activities you can do, especially for aerobic activity, that incorporate the positions and exercises we've been talking about. So this series or circuit is related to exercises that you can do in the lateral staggered position. Okay? So the first one we're going to do, I'm going to go through 4 of them, and remember you can put them whatever order you want to, whatever time interval you want to. These are just options. Okay? Is I'm going to do a plate cross with a side toss. Okay? So remember, my hips are even here. When I step on this box, this hip should be higher. If I want to make my hips even again, watch people bend their knees and my hips are even again. So if I keep this hip up, okay, I'm going to center myself over this leg every time. Here, I'll just drop the ball so you can kind of get this first. So I have this, and I'm really thinking about pushing myself over. Every time I'm in this position, I'm thinking push over through this leg. And the ball is going to come across here. I'm going to throw it, and then I'm going to jump and switch. So really my mass doesn't change over this box. It stays over this box every time I throw it, switch. So you don't really see a lot of movement here up, okay? It's just putting one foot out of my base of support, putting the other foot out of my base of support. So this is literally all that I'm doing. I'm just going to add a med ball and play catch just so I can get rotation up top. So this is the lateral staggered stance position that we've been talking about. And now I'm adding a med ball so I can really exaggerate the rotation, really get some inner thigh going through the movement. I'm just going to do a few reps. So I'm shifting myself over. Good, so again, you can go through any time interval you want to do that with. The ball is bringing me across this way, and I'm throwing it through. Now, the next one you can do is literally the same exact thing, but every time I switch, I'm going to med ball slam this to the floor. Bringing this over my head, I keep it in front of my head, not behind. In front, you're going to feel a lot of anterior musculature doing this. So here we go. Same exact thing, plate cross with a med ball slam. Okay, so hopefully you had a good angle there. You saw that I was stacked on this leg the whole time and then stacked on this leg every time. So I'll just do a few more reps. Good. So that's a conditioning option with a lateral staggered stance. The next one is some type of lateral movement. So we did a change of direction and some lateral movement earlier. Now we're going to incorporate some of that activity here. So I could do lateral skipping, I could do pushes to the side shuffles in open space. I could do repeated lateral run steps. Right now, I'm going to do a resisted side shuffle. So again, the clock goes off, say for 30 seconds. I'm going to side shuffle out, stop, come back in. It's pulling me in, stop, and go back and forth. Okay? So I'm decelerating, I'm accelerating out of it. So side shuffle, control, 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 push, 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 control, push, 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 control. So I can do that from a time segment, facing one way, facing the other. The last option I can do is a slide board. So you have two options here. If you're really trying to get someone to be able to center themselves over a leg and push out of it, I would do a center, pause, and push. So I'm centering myself over this leg. When I push off, I'm thinking about pushing away through the arch of my leg, and I'm going to do the exact same thing on the other side. So center, pause, push out of it, center, pause, push out of it, center, pause, push out of it. And then I can add a little bit of rotation. So the opposite arm's going to reach to this knee, push, push. And I can do that for however long you want. Or you can just do a little bit more continuous motion, pushing off that block. Okay, so it's a little bit faster. Look for people who come here, so they leave their chest behind as they push, or get way over here, and their chest is left behind in the opposite direction. So those are some different types of lateral stance activities that we've been teaching the person, reiterating throughout the session. And then we end with some type of aerobic conditioning activity or any type of conditioning activity that incorporate the same exact positions that we've been talking to them about.